reducing the number of states. Okay, that is called as minimization, reducing number of states. So over here, we will reduce the number of states and then we can formulate a particular minimized DFA. Okay, now let us take one example over here. Suppose this is the state diagram over here. No, this is, consider this as a DFA. Okay, this is a DFA which is given to you. I'm having this states as A, B, C, D, and one final state as E. Okay, this is my DFA. Now there are certain here where A is my initial state and E is my final state. I have transitions going from A to B over here, B itself, B to D. I have it as one. Similarly, I can have one more transition over here as 0. Then over here, I can have 1. Here also, I can have 0. Okay, so you can draw this DFA along with me. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is a given DFA. Okay. And you have to, the question is, you have to minimize this DFA. So how? So we'll have a solution over here. Step, always remember that in step number 1, you have to make or you have to construct a state transition table. You have to construct a state transition table, okay, in step number 1. So what will be my state transition table over here? I'm having two inputs, 0, 1, and my states are, I'm writing that respective states. Okay, where A is my initial state and E is my final state. So over here for minimization process, your final state is represented by a circle like this, okay? And initial state is given by an arrow pointing towards it. Okay, that's what the answer is. And then you have to write up over here, what will be the guess?
B.
So just, it will be B, then C, I have B, D again. Over here, B, I have C, then B, E, and then I have B, C. Okay, this is my state transition table. This is my first step. Now, for minimizing a DFA, our step number 2 will be, I will write it over here. Step 2 is computing. You have to calculate the equivalence. So that equivalence can be means, okay? You
Ma'am,
have
your
to
voice is breaking a
calculate.
lot.
Okay, is it fine now? Am I audible properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So step number 2 is you have to calculate the equivalence. Okay. Let's start with zero equivalence. First one is I will compute this zero equivalence. So in zero equivalence, what you have to do is have to you make one state, make two states of non-final states and one set of final state. Is this clear? In zero equivalence, you have to make two sets. Okay, now let us see what it is. In zero equivalence, what are the non-final states over here? This is your final state, na? Non-final states are A, B, C, and D, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
non-final states, I'm writing it. So I'm making one particular set of states. All these are what? Set of states. So my non-final states are A, B, final state is E. So in this way, I'm going to group them. So basically what you have to do is you have to make a group of group which will contain all the final states and other group which will contain just the final state. Okay. So in this way, I have made two states, set of states over here. Okay. So I have made, yeah, there is some network issue, I think, in college. So I have made two sets over here. One's for non-final states and other one is for final state. This is my zero equivalence. Now I will compute one equivalence. Okay. Now, what is this basically equivalence? It should come to your mind that why are we saying this zero equivalence, one equivalence, etc., etc. Over here, yeah, over here for minimization of DFA, what you have to do is you have to check whether in the transition table, okay, you'll always have to check in the transition table whether that particular state is belonging to that. Okay, once we solve this example, I think this will be clear to you. Okay, now let's see one equivalence. Okay, so always whenever you are going to compute new equivalence, suppose here for one equivalence, for that you have to check your zero equivalence set of states. Okay, your previous states, you have previous set of states you have to refer. Now check over here for calculating one equivalence, you have to refer this output of zero equivalence. So there are four states A, B, C, D. Okay, so for example, I'm going to first initially I will check for AB. Okay, my two states are A comma B. Okay, initially I will check for AB, then I can see AC, then I can check for AD. Okay, like this we can do. So for example, if I'm checking for AB, now you see in the transition table, state transition table, A on 0, it gives me what?
B.
It gives me B. Similarly, A on 1, it gives me C. Okay, now B. Check for B. A is done, now check for B. B on 0 gives me B. B on 0 gives me B. Similarly, B on 1 gives me D. B on 1 gives me D. Okay, so what happens over here is, now see, whatever outputs are you getting, or wherever whichever state it is going, you have to check that this states B, C, here we are getting BD. Is it clear? A on 0 will give me B. A on 1 will give me C. Now check in the group or the set of states. B and C, are they together in one state, set of states? B
Yes, ma'am.
and they are together, they are present together in one group. Okay, so these are accepted. Now check for B, right? B on 0 gave me B. B on 1 is giving me D. Similarly, I'll have to check for BD also. BD. C in that group. B and D, are they present together? Yes. B and D are also present together. Yeah. So it means that for one equivalence, here I can write this two states A comma B, because all the values they are giving while transmitting 0 or 1 to some other state, they are giving the same members of the same group. Okay, that's why A comma B both are accepted, and that's why we are writing it in one equivalence like this. Now we will have to check for, okay, now AB is already present, we know that. Okay, now you can see for AC also what happens in AC. We will see whether that is working or not. So what you can do over here in this group of states, you don't have to check every time with every other states. Now, for example, here we are checking for AB. Similarly, you can check for AC or AD. But instead of that, they are saying there is over here, it is better, it is convenient to check the recent state. Okay, recent state over here, that is B. So I will just check for BC, B comma C, right? Isn't it? Yeah. I have checked for AB. Okay. Now either I can see for AC or BC, because after checking for A comma B, I have observed that both A and B are present in my one equivalence group. So these are done. Now the next value or the next state is C. And for checking whether C can be included over here, we have to check the combination of either AC, A comma C or B comma C. Yes. So for example, I'm going to see for A comma C. Now check in the table. A on 0 is giving me B. A on 0 is giving me B. Okay. A on 0 gives me B. A on 1 gives me C. Similarly, C on 0, it will give me C on 0 will give me B, and C 1 will give me C. B, and over here I will see the values are B, B, C. Okay. Values over here, the output will be. Now check in this table, B and C, yes, they are together. Now what I have present wasn't B. Now I don't have to overtake. So what stay over here, just over here, one point to remember here is that you are making a group, and every time you compute an equivalence, whether it is one equivalence or two equivalence, every time you will have to check whether that states are present together in one group or they belong to some other group. If they are present in the same group, only then we can include them and write it. Otherwise, we'll have to form. So ABC are present, we are done with it. Now let's check for other values. What are the other values? Yeah, is this clear? Should I repeat this?
Yes, ma'am, please. Ma'am, your voice is breaking a lot.
Yeah, I'll re- Okay, I hope it's fine now because there is some network issue over here in college. I don't know what it is. Okay, so guys, let's start. Okay, for example, they have given us a TFA like this. this DFA is given, and you have to minimize this DFA. So step number 1 is you have to draw a state transition table. This you all know how to draw a state transition table. Step number 2 is to calculate the equivalence. Okay, you have to compute something called as equivalence. What is that? Equivalence means you have to check whether that particular states are belonging to the same group or they are from some other group, right? So for that you have to start with zero equivalence. Okay, in zero equivalence you just have to, by looking at the state diagram or the state transition table, you have to make two sets over here. One set which will contain all the non-final states. What do you mean by non-final states?
A, B, C, D.
Yes, non-final states means that includes your initial state and all the other states which are not the final states. Okay, so that is our first group over here, group number 1. And group number 2 is you have to make a set of final states. So how many final states are there? There is only one final state in our DFA. That's why our group 2 is the final set of states. So that is E. So this is clear, zero equivalence.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we will compute one equivalence. Okay. Now in one equivalence, what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to take a pair of states from our zero equivalence set. What is our zero equivalence set? A, B, C, D. This is set number 1, and E is your set number 2. Now I have, as I told you, I have to consider, or I have to take a pair, always take a pair of states together. So you have to check now whether they are equivalent or not. So I am taking the first two states here, A, B. Is this clear? Okay. Is this clear? There are 4
Yes, ma'am.
states. And for computing the one equivalence, you always have to take a pair of states. You have to take 2 states and see whether they are one equivalent or not. So my starting initial state is A and my next state is B. That's why I'm taking AB first. So I have taken AB. Now I have to look into the state transition table. I have to look into the state transition table, and I have to write down all the values for which A and B gives. Okay, so just check in the table. A gives, this arrow means A gives 0. So I'll have to check. There are 2 inputs, right? 0 and 1. So A should give some value on 0 and A should also give some value on 1. Okay, so just a minute. Okay, so what's happening over here is, yeah, now tell me, A gives 0 to B, right? Write that values. A gives 0 to B. And A gives 1 to C, right? So I'll write that. Similarly, so my first state is done. I have calculated all the values. I have written all the values of A, whether it is for 0 or it is for 1. Now similarly, I have to show the values of for B also. B on 0 will give me what, and B on 1 will give me what. B on 0 is giving me B, and B on 1 is giving me D. Okay, this is what we are getting. Okay, is this clear? So we have got how many values over here? And what are the values? Tell me. What all values are we getting here? So as you can see from here, we are getting B, C, and BD, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
For AB, we are getting yes, we are getting BC and BD. BC and BD. So it's one and the same. I don't want any duplication over here, so I'm erasing that. So we are having BCD. BCD. Okay, this states I've got this many states after performing the equivalence of A comma B. I've got states B, C, D. Now I will check in my zero equivalence set of states. Check whether B, C, and D belongs to same group. Which group they belong to? B, C, D. They are present in the same group, G1. Yes. It means in one equivalence, I can write both the states AB because they are giving me the output as BCD, and all the three states BCD are already present in my zero equivalence table. That's why A and B are valid. So I have to group them together in as A comma B in our one equivalence set. Now what is remaining? Is this much clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just note it down if it's not clear. Okay, now now this A and B are done. I have already included A and B in my one equivalent set. Now what's the other next state over here? C. My next states are C and D, right? Is this clear? So I will check for C. Okay, now I will check for C over here. Okay, for C, what will I do? What combinations can I have for C? As I told you that I want pair of states together for computing or for checking the equivalence values. Okay, we have more examples also, so you will get clear idea of this. So now what pair can I have? Either I can find out the values for A comma C, or I can find out the values for B comma C. Why do I have to find out that? Because I know that A, B are already present in my one equivalent. Are one equivalent. So that belong same state set of state. To find the combinations, we have to check C will give me or what B give me. Okay. Instead of repeating this, what we can do is we can just consider one pair. So I don't want to repeat that process again and again. So I am just finding out the equivalence of B comma C. B comma C. Is this clear? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now for BC, check for BC, we have to compute the values for B and C. Okay. Now just write it down. B gives 0 to which state and B gives 1 to which state? Similarly, C gives 0 to which state and C gives 1 to which state? You have to write. B gives 0 to B, right? So I'll write B here. B gives 1 to D. So I'll write D here. Similarly, C gives 0 to B and C gives 1 to C. So for B comma C, I'm getting the output, I'm getting the values as BD and BC, right? I've got all these values, but I don't want, as I told you, I don't want to repeat the same state. So here what I will erase that B and what I will have is, I'll just have B, D and C. Yes? I'll
Yes,
have
ma'am.
B, D and C. So what will I have to do over here?
They're all in the same set, so we can include
Yeah, they are all
we can
in the
include
same
C
set, okay? So we can
in zero
include them,
equivalence. We can include C now
okay?
in the first one equivalence set.
Yes, good, very good. We can include C now, okay? Because they are present in the same state, that's why we have included C here. Now this is done. Now we have to check for D now, whether D can be included over there or not. We have to check whether D can be included in that. So for D also, we can find the pairs like it can be AD or it can be BD or it can be CD. But the thumb rule is over here is that always check the previous state. Always compute the equivalence or all for pairing. Just take the previous state. Okay. So I am taking C comma D over here instead of AD and BD. Okay, I'm taking CD. Now you have to write down the values. C on 0 will give me what? And sorry, C gives 1 to what? And D gives 0 to which state? And D gives 1 to which state? Tell me. C0, C1. BC. Okay, BC. I'll write BC. Similarly, over here, D, I'll write BE. Okay, I have got B and E. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now check in my non-final states whether all of this value. So what is my answer over here? I'm getting the states BC and BE. BC and BE. I don't want to repeat that B, so I will erase that B and I'll write E here. BCE. Are they from the same group? No. B and C belongs to same group, but this belongs to same group. But E is different, okay? E is from G2. E is from group number 2. That is the final state. E is not included. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So I cannot write D along with this members. Now D is excluded from their group now. And I will form another group for D, individual group, and then I'll go on adding members. And I already have E here. This is my one equivalence. Okay. Now this is my one equivalence. Similarly, I have to calculate two equivalents. So are you getting the concept over here? Always you have to take a pair of states, then you have to check the values for zeros and ones, and whatever output you're getting, whatever results they are giving, you have to take down that states and also remove the duplicate state from here. And then you check whether that whether that states are from the same group or they are belonging to some other group. If in this case any one member or any one state is belonging to other group, then that particular state, for example here D, that particular state is excluded, and then a new group is formed for that excluded state. Now our two equivalents. Okay, now the same process. Now tell me which pair should I consider for this?
AB.
This is slight confusing, but once you practice a lot, it becomes easier. Okay, good. Now for two equivalents, I'll have to consider a pair here from my previous values. That is my one equivalence. So I'm having three sets here. Set number one is ABC. Set number two is D, and set number third set I'm having the state E itself. Three sets I'm having. So I will check the set number one here. Okay, and that is ABC. So I'll have to consider one pair here. So I'll take AB here. Okay, A comma B. Now tell me, A on 0 gives me what? A on 1 gives me what? Similarly, B on 0 gives me what? And B on 1 will give me what? Yes, tell me the answer. A gives 0 to A gives
And B.
0
B.
Okay, A gives 0 to, you're saying B. Yes. A gives 1 to
C.
C. B gives 0 to B,
D.
and B gives 1 to D. Yes.
D.
So what's my result for this A comma B? It is BC and BD. BC, BD. Okay. So instead of writing this B again, I'll just write BCD. Now sorry. Now you check this BCD. Are they belonging in the same group? Are they included in the same group over here?
No, ma'am.
It's not in the same group. Yeah.
Mm.
So it's not included. D is not included over here. Okay. Now I will check one more. So instead of writing anything, we will just, so whether A can be written over here or not.
When we need to wait to see, because
We
it,
need
it
to
just
wait.
means that A and B are not in the same group, but we don't know where C is going to be.
Yes. So now for A we have computed this much. Now I will take another pair. Which pair can I take now? Let's take BC, B comma C. Okay, B comma C. Now let's see. Okay, now let's see what it gives. B gives 0 to what? B gives 1 to what? Similarly, C gives 0 to what? E gives 1 to what? We will check it. 0 to 1 and D. BD. It's BD. Similarly, over here for C, we have BC. BC. This is my result. I'm getting BD and BC. It means I'm getting BDC. This much clear. Same values I'm getting BDC, BCD here and BDC over here. Okay, now what to do over here when you get such results where none of the state is, I mean, we are not sure whether which state is accepted and which is not accepted. Okay. So over here, just see individual values now. For two equivalents, check the individual values now. Check A on 0 is giving me B, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
A, yes, and A on 1 is giving me C. So A is giving me what? A is giving me BC, and BC is present in one set. It is there, na? BC is in one set. So it means I can write A here because the values it gives me is B and C, BC, and BC is present my one set over here together. They are the same, they are the members of the same group. That's why I am writing A. Okay, now check for B. B on 0 is B gives 0 to B and B gives 1 to D. B is there, but D is from other. This is not included. D is from other group. So we cannot write B now. Okay. Now similarly check for, we cannot write B over here. Now I have another pair BC. First
If you
pair,
check for
second.
AC, if you just check for AC, we'll see that they all belong in the same
Now we
group.
will see. Yes, as you're saying, let's see for AC also now. What happens here? Tell me A on 0 gives me B, A on 1 gives me C. Similarly, C on 0 will give me what?
B.
B, and C on 1 is giving me
C.
C. Okay. So what's happening over here? Now tell me what should be included?
And that means A and C belong together. So
Yes.
A and C will be in
Yes.
one set.
Yes. Very good. So it means now you check. A on 0 is giving me B, A on 1 is giving me C. B and C are present, are the members of same group. Means we have included A, so that is our correct decision. Now you check for C. C on 0 is giving me B and C on 1 is giving me C. Similarly, BC is there, so I can write C here, but I cannot write B because B is all giving the values as B comma D. B gives 0 to B and B gives 1 to D. D is there now. Because of D, we cannot include B here. So this is our first set. B is included in my another set. Now I will create one more set here, B. And now I already have D and E. So guys, what you have to do over here is always consider the non-final set and proceed for the equivalence on that non-final set only. And then you have to go on splitting. You just have to split the states into n number of states just to see. Okay. Now the fourth one, I will compute 3 equivalence. Now you will have to understand that where to stop. You have to stop somewhere now. You cannot just go on proceeding and you cannot just go on and on. Okay, you have to stop somewhere, but let's see when do we have to stop. So the main reason to stop is if the values are repeating, if you are getting the same states or same set of states in next equivalence also, then you have to stop there. Let's see what happens in 3 equivalence. Okay, what is our process here for 3 equivalence? What will I do?
AC will have to check.
Yes,
A comma C.
for 3 equivalence, I'll have to check AC. I'll check for A comma C. What that will give me? A on 0. What is the answer? A gives 1 to what? A gives 0 to B. A gives 1 to C. Similarly, C gives 0 to B and C gives 1 to C. So I am having BC. Yep. Check here whether that is accepted or not.
They're in different groups in this previous equivalence.
Yes, they are in the different groups or in 3 equivalents over here. Why is that so?
Because in second equivalence, they are like in different, like B and C are in different sets.
Okay. Now let's okay, for C also, B and C, they are also not together. So what do we have to do over here? It
We'll
means
write
that you cannot.
everything
It
in
means
different
that,
sets.
yes, exactly. So it means that you cannot, what can you do here? You cannot proceed further. They are not giving the same members, okay? They are not giving the same members or same set of states over here. That's why we do not have to, okay, we do not have to write that, okay? Just take down till here, okay? Just take down till here and then we will see the next part.
Ma'am, does this mean that this certain question it cannot be minimized?
No, that doesn't mean that. It can be minimized over here.
But
Okay.
it like went down to 5 states only.
Yes, it eventually came for 5 states only over here. B is already we have splitted it. Okay, D is also there. E is also an individual set. AC, those are not belonging anywhere. So what can we do over here is just write down a note. Here you have to write a note. Okay. So it can, so when you compute for 3 equivalents, you are getting the you're getting the states as A, C, B, and B, D, and E. that will not be acceptable. Why? Because we already had that. No, we had that in DFA. In DFA, we already had how many states? We had 5 states. So if we proceed further, if we go on splitting this one also, it means that it will lead us, it will take us back to that original DFA. It will not be minimized. But the question is, somehow you just have to minimize that. Okay. So in that case, I will stop here. I will stop here. And for third equivalence, what will I do? Instead of splitting that, I don't split it. I just write the same value as it is over here. Just write down the note here. I will just write down the same values here. It means stop. It means this is your final stop here, and no need to proceed further, because proceeding further will eventually lead, or it will eventually take me to the same DFA. So we do not want to go into the loop again and again and again. So for that, in that case, we avoid that. We avoid splitting this and we stop over here. And we say that for third equivalence, we are considering this values only. We do not want to proceed further. Is this clear? So this is what you
Yeah.
have to do. You have to go on checking the values and you have to go on computing the values until you reach the third equivalence. But most probably what happens is, in your third equivalence, that's you stop there, because eventually it gives you the final result. Okay. So when you see that none of the values are belonging in the same group over here, instead of splitting that and making it the or taking it back to the original DFA, you stop there. You do not split that and you write that value as it is in your third equivalence. So it says that you have minimized that. Only this much can be minimized. More than this cannot be minimized. It means that. Okay. So we have minimized the DFA till this much. After this, we are not able to, it is not possible to minimize that DFA. Hence, we stop over there. And the final minimized states are, what are the final minimized states? A, C, B, D, and E, 4 states. So what have we minimized now? We have minimized this DFA from 5 states, 5 states to 4 states I'm getting, right? Now, if I split that, I'll get 5 states again, and I do not want that. That's why I stop there and I write that as it is. Okay, it means I
Ma'am,
will stop there.
I think the original
Yes.
question has a problem. I think it's not a
Which
DFA.
one?
The
This
question, I
one?
think, yeah, because I think this is only one transition coming out of C. So I think that
Oh,
might be an
yes,
issue.
yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
This
Okay,
is one
over here,
transition
you should have one more transition over here.
coming out of C.
Okay, let's see. Let's try for that. If it is, okay, see if it is 1, okay, over here. But this much we have done it. We are done with this. Only that last one is remaining. Okay, let's see for AC again. I had not shown it here, but in the table I have written it. C.
Okay,
C, or
okay.
C gives 1 to C. Okay, from in that diagram, it's not there. Okay. No, so it's not like that. So you got the states, 4 states over here, and further, if I want to minimize that, I'm not able to minimize it, because it is taking me from 4 states to 5 states again. It will take me back to 5 states, and I don't want that to happen. So I said that I want to stop here. I'm having only this 4 states, and which are those states? This A comma C, B, D, and E. Okay. So that's why in my third equivalence, what will I do? I will write the same value as my second equivalence. And now the most important part of that is to draw a state transition diagram. What will be my state transition diagram? So first of all, how many states are there? 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? I'll draw that states. A comma C. State number 1. Here, state 2 is B. Then I have state D, and then I have state E, isn't it? where A is my initial state. That's why I'm pointing towards A comma C, and I'll write all the values here. What will I do here? Just check your DFA. A gives 0 to here. See here, transition table. Okay. A gives 0 to okay. I think we'll just draw it and then finish it off. Okay. A
Okay,
gives
ma'am.
0 to A gives 0 to B and C gives 0 to B. Same thing. So we will draw that diagram. This is our final diagram. B gives 0 to B and B gives 1 to, okay, B gives 0 to B itself. B gives 1 to D. Similarly, C gives 0 to B. So it's already giving. C gives 1 to C. So it will take to itself that state. Again, D gives 0 to B and D gives 1 to E. 0 to B and D gives 1 to E. Similarly, E gives 0 to B and E gives 1 to C. So where is E giving 0 to? E is giving 0 to B and E is giving 1 to over here. E is giving 1 to C. But we know that A and C are the same state now. That's why I'm showing it in this way. So this is my minimized DFA. This is my minimized DFA. Okay. So just draw it, your final minimized DFA, and in the next lecture we will take two more examples on this, and I think by that time you will understand it better. Is my screen visible? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Wait. Okay, so this is your final minimized DFA. So draw this DFA and we will continue with two more examples in the coming lecture. This is your minimized DFA. Okay, done everyone.
Yes, ma'am.